Yo, what's up, beautiful people? It's your man Over Mustang, and you're tuned into Origins, your friendly local hub podcast show. Today we got a killer interview lineup that's going to blow your mind. We're diving deep into the world of music, culture, and creativity. With guest is about to drop some serious wisdom, so get ready to vibe with us because we're about to bring the heat. Celebrating black excellence and the power of music. Stay
Hmm.
locked in. It's about to get real. Go ahead,
Well,
introduce yourself.
what's good, y'all? My name is Renaissance Mike. I'm a multi-talented artist from PG County, Maryland. Same places, Redville, Rico Nasty, Zaman, etc., etc. We produce greatness. For those who don't know, I'm a rapper, also producer, engineer, saxophonist, flautist, pianist, and the list goes on and on. You feel what I'm saying?
Shout out to you. And tell us how your origin starts, where your chat begins.
Man, to be honest, I've always had a love for music. You feel what I'm saying? Um, it runs in the family, going as far as my knowledge back to my grandmother. So my grandma, she's actually she sings, play piano in church. Both my uncles play guitar. Grew up hearing my father sing a little bit. You feel what I'm saying? Even though he just be messing around. You feel me? But
Mm,
as a youngin, very first instrument I got was Casio keyboard. You feel me? Listening to the jazz station on the radio that my father put on. Listening to his Parliament Funkadelic tapes. His who else? Parliament Funkadelic, Isley Brothers, etc., etc. Then of course, the hip hop side, the Tupacs, the Biggies. He put
mm,
me on a track called Quest, the Roots. You feel what I'm saying? So like real heavy hitters.
okay.
You know. But
And this was both your grandparents?
no, this was my father was putting me on to the music, but my
Okay.
grandmother, she's the one, to my knowledge, where that musical gene starts. You feel what I'm
Okay.
saying? But
Gotcha.
yeah, man, I started rapping. Well, I actually sang before I rap, singing since a little kid. But then I actually started like writing poetry in like elementary school. Wrote my first rap when I was like 13, and took it seriously when I was like about 17, 18. You feel what I'm saying? And here we are.
Shout out to you. And what was the deciding factor for you to take music?
See, it's funny. So fast forward, this is like 2016, fall 2016. I'm in college right now. I go to Morgan State University. We went there. So
Shout out to you.
you feel me? HBCU, shout out to the HBCUs, you feel me? But I was there with the homies. We was having a little session, J's in rotation, all of that. And we was just making beats because, right then, yeah, I'd be writing, but I was mostly a producer. That's what I was thinking I would be doing. I played this one joint, one of the first, actually, it is the first rhyme I ever recorded. Only so many people got it. It was a verse that I rapped over, Put It On by Big L. And the homies heard that and it was like, oh, yo, you need to put this out. You need to start rapping. Take this seriously. And it's like, I think I could really do it. It was like, yeah, you better do it. And ever since then, it's
Yeah.
been history. You feel me?
And what was the song that you put out for them to feel like that?
I ain't dropping it because I still don't think it's good enough. I might record a verse, but
Okay.
it was a verse I recorded on a broken iPhone 4 over "Put It On" by Big L.
Okay. So
Hmm.
what was your actual first release?
My first release, dang, oh, I've dropped a couple songs. Let me think. My first release, technically speaking, my first release was a beat on SoundCloud in like 2016,
Okay.
2015, around that time. But my first rap release, I remember. There's this one song called "Dreaming." Um, there was a couple people from high school that rap that reconnected with. It was about 2017, summer 2017. We dropped a track called "Dreaming." I produced the beat. We was out Capitol Heights. If you know about this side, you know about Cap Heights. We was out Cap Heights in the studio. You feel what I'm saying? Recorded that, and it was like a posse cut, and we called ourselves Young Cartel. But fortunately, that's the only song we made together as a collective. But that song still has a special place in my heart.
Shout
Yeah.
out. Okay. And when it comes to your name Renaissance, what
Hmm.
what inspired that name? And did you have other prototype names before you pick Renaissance to be your main focus or
Yeah, I actually had I remember ninth grade. I was sitting in the back of my health class, just writing up graffiti and shit in my sketchbook. I was like, damn, what is a name that I could go for like an artist moniker if I do music or drawing or whatever? And I was like, the Similist, because I went through fucking Google and I was like, what's something interesting? So I
Mm,
searched what is the Latin word for different. So that's what I ended up finding. I don't know how accurate that is, but that was the name at first. You know what I'm saying? Then fast forward a few years, as you know, I play saxophone. I was heading to my jazz band class because I played for my high school jazz band, and I had a
mm,
painting with me, a painting that I did in my AP art class. You feel what I'm saying? And my good man, shout out Mom, you feel what I'm saying? That's like my man's 100 grand. He was like, you know what, Mike, you real talented dude. Like, you out here making beats, you're playing saxophone in a jazz band, you play classical music, and you're painting. Yo, you're a modern day Renaissance man. You know
mm.
what? And he gave me the nickname Renaissance Mike, and I was like, yo, that's cold. So when I uploaded my first beat on SoundCloud, I was like, dang, what name can I go for? And I was like, Renaissance Mike. And yeah, now I got it tatted on me. You feel me? Renaissance.
Shout out to that.
You
And
feel me?
when did you find confidence in yourself as an artist?
That's a hard one. I would say I truly found that confidence after I dropped my first, rap project, the Renaissance State, back in, when was that? That was about 2021.
2021.
Yeah,
Mm,
2021. So my thing was when I was making that tape, I'm comparing myself to all the greats. I'm like, yo, I gotta rap like Kendrick. I gotta rap like Joey. I gotta rap like Nas. I gotta rap like et cetera, et cetera. But after I dropped that joint, I had a period of time where I was just, number one, going through life stuff because, music reflects the life that you live. You feel what I'm saying? Going through my
mm,
own life stuff and watching interviews from my favorite artists, favorite entertainers. And one common thing they said is, comparison is the thief of joy. You feel what I'm saying? Um, and gradually, I was just like, you know what? I don't want to be like any of these people. I don't want to be like Tyler. I don't want to be like Kendrick. I want to be Renaissance Mike. I want to be myself. So ever since, I've just been making music that I feel represents me. And as I grow as a person, and, go through my own personal life experiences, so does music. You feel what I'm saying?
okay. I respect that. And when it comes to your whole catalog, what is the three tracks out of your whole catalog that represent you as an artist?
Mm, honestly, that's a hard one too because like I have a lot of music.
Mm,
And then we also got to consider the joints that I ain't dropped, like the one that I got recorded right now that's getting mixed. Um,
mm,
let me see. I feel like let's just go off of this new album. I'd say Pipe Dreams Part Two. That's a wonderful one because it's basically telling you a brief synopsis of how I'm getting started.
no,
Um, what else? Song for No One, FKA Sunflower. I really love that track. I wrote that song when I was very in love with a woman. You feel what I'm saying? Like I ain't seen a minute. I'm a lover boy. You feel me?
mm,
But I really like that track because it's honest, it's innocent, but also production wise, it definitely took a lot of effort and care because I produced that joint, came up with horn lines, collab with other horn players and flute players. You feel what I'm saying? So came out a beautiful track. Third track, I'm gonna have to bring it back to 2018 with my song "Different Breed." That's just a SoundCloud release. You feel what I'm saying? Like
okay.
I don't know what I was on, but when I recorded that joint, I was hungry. Like I
Mm.
spazzed. You feel me?
And when it comes to these different platforms, uh,
Mm-hmm.
it seemed like you had some exclusive on SoundCloud. Is there some exclusives on each platform, or is it just SoundCloud specific?
Yeah, right now there are exclusive. Like I mean, I'm distributing through United Masters, so
Mm,
I don't know why, but for instance, like this entire album, Michael that just dropped, that's not on SoundCloud, but it's everywhere else. But there are also songs that are solely on SoundCloud because copyright. didn't have the lease for a beat, or I just didn't feel like it was not per se good enough, but polished enough to be released on streaming yet. So I used like SoundCloud, basically like a sketchbook, but for tracks. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay. And when it comes to your show some love to your SoundCloud, what's some tracks would you recommend for a first time listener to tune into?
First time, definitely, I would have to say my song 24. Made that on my 24th birthday. Um, what's another one? Different Breed. Um, there's a lot of there because there's a lot of different beats. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm.
Um, but those are two I would say. Those are two I'd say. Um, oh, what's it called? Not Infatuation is another one. I forgot the name of it. I'm not gonna lie. When I tell you I made like a lot of tracks over these last few years, it's been a lot.
I respect it. I respect the hustle. That's what we
Thank you,
like to
man.
hear. And okay, no problem. Moving on to the next question.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to your skill set, I'm curious. It seemed
Mm-hmm.
like you dabble into a bit of production,
Mm-hmm.
songwriting. I am curious, do you get into like music video direction?
So my thing is, I do want to direct more music videos. Like with the last few videos that I dropped, even with the promo video, I had a hand in coming up with the idea and for the visuals. You feel what I'm saying? Because
Mm,
I'm very, very, very particular with anything that I do, whether it be production, writing, recording, even videography. You feel what I'm saying? Like there's a specific look I'm going for. I work with a specific cinematographer. Um, I love when a cinematographer comes up with a treatment plan, but I also will storyboard some ideas, jot down some ideas as well. Um, what else? I do have a camera myself now, so I just be outside, just recording videos, practicing, trying to get nice at that. Because later on down the road, I want to get into filmmaking as well and pair that with the music. You feel me?
okay. And what is your whole skill set?
All right, all right. So we got rapping. Some people
Mm,
would say sing. I'm still working on that.
okay.
Um, beat maker.
And who's the people saying it? That's the ladies?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. You feel me? I ain't gonna say it right now. I ain't gonna say it right now.
Hey,
But I'm
I love
gonna
the
say it
game.
though. You
I
feel
love
me?
the game.
But yeah, there's rapping, singing, production. Um, production. Being beat making, mixing and mastering.
Beat making.
Um, saxophone. I play alto, tenor, and soprano saxophone, flute. Teaching myself
Okay.
trumpet. Did I say piano yet?
No.
All right, piano. Um, Teaching myself trombone, and I'm teaching myself drums right now. Then I
Okay.
also draw and paint. So yeah,
Okay, so you cover a lot of field within entertainment.
yes sir.
And when it comes to production, is that including like mixer and engineering as well?
Yep, yep.
Okay,
So
okay.
a couple of the tracks off the album, I actually mix and master myself, and I'm doing it so often, even with tracks that I don't release or I do for other people, that I'm just constantly getting better and learning new things. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay. And as a producer, which track represent you as a producer?
Um,
That's out right now.
that's out right now. I would like to say that's not out right now. All right, so I would have to say I had a bad day because my
Okay.
roots in production is boom bap. The hard hitting drums. You feel what I'm saying? Like I studied a lot of Dilla, a lot of Ninth Wonder. You feel what I'm saying? Um, DJ Premier. You feel what I'm saying? Static Selector, and so on and so on. Oh yeah, and the RZA too. You feel what I'm saying? So
Okay.
that's my roots right there. Um, there's that. A lot of people don't know that I also like to make house music. So um, that's one. Solitude Part Two from the Renaissance state. I produced that. I love house music.
Would that be Siren?
Siren too. That joint too. Yeah, I love
Okay.
that joint. Yo,
Happy to check that out on your YouTube.
yeah, yeah. That's one of the joints. So
Okay.
I ain't gonna say too much about the house music, but I do plan on dropping more.
Okay.
Um, what's another one? And Shape. I love that. I love that song because it's like it shows the versatility. Like it shows I can make something more current and new with the trap drums, stuttering hi hats, all of that. But then it shows that I could really get grimy with this shit on some like alchemist type shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
And how exactly did this fall in place when it comes to your skill set? Which one came first? Was it the production? Was it the rapping?
So technically, poetry came first.
Okay.
I started writing raps, but I wasn't spitting them. But if we're talking about like as far as like honing the craft, I'd say production came
Mm,
before all of them. You feel me?
okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, one more track. The Renaissance. I produced that from scratch, no samples. Sat down on piano, played that, just made that joint. I love that track.
okay. And we talk about on Michael,
Yep.
right? Okay,
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Got it, got it. And I will also give you credit too when it comes to like skits and in your music videos. It's
Hmm.
very creative.
Thank you, man. My
No
thing is
problem.
like, my thing is like, I'm trying to create a whole world. Like, you know how Marvel has the MCU. I'm trying to do something like that, but musically create an experience for the listener where they're being pulled into that world and they can visualize everything. You feel me?
I feel you, I feel you. I had um another artist on here. He's also a trumpet player.
Hmm.
He created his own universe, creating his like own little short films, and it was all revolving around his trumpet.
Word.
Um, and he got like fellow artists that participate with him to be a part of that world. Um, so that's what's up to hear. Definitely be curious, like what would your universe will look like, and do you have a name of it? What that series
I
will look like?
don't I don't have a name for it. It's just been like stories I've been creating in my head, and they're loosely based around my own life experience. Like the scenarios for like the skits loosely based around my life experience, but every track is 100% my life experience. You feel me?
Okay. And
Yeah,
when it comes to dabbing in films, do you have an idea like where you want to dabble into?
absolutely. So if I was to give you an example, like aesthetic wise, like just the vibe, I'd
Hmm.
say like early Spike Lee, and then also how Donald Glover handled Atlanta. But I want to
Okay.
have more warm film grain to it. But it also depends on what the theme of the short film that I'm making is. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay. And by early Spike Lee, what are we talking about here?
I'm talking about School Days, Crooklyn, um, Mo Better Blues. What else? Do the Right Thing, like that era of Spike Lee.
Okay. I respect it. Okay, okay.
Right, right.
And and when it comes to let me see. You said you picking up some instruments as well. You said
Mm-hmm.
you learning drums and what was the other instrument?
Learn drums, trumpet, and trombone.
Trombone. Okay, okay.
Mhm.
And why those three you pick up?
So my thing is, since I do have a background as a jazz musician, I do want to be able to play all the instruments that will be, for a jazz setup. So, the rhythm section, the drums, the piano. Want to learn bass too, the bass. And then, full horn section. Like, say I'm working on a song and I don't have the time to wait for a trombonist to send me his part or a trumpet to send his part. I can literally play as many of the horn section parts as I need and, mix and master it, and then boom, we got the record. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay. I
Yeah.
respect that. And when it comes to having like a full on jazz band session, will we
Mm-hmm.
ever see that in the
Oh,
future from
oh,
you?
most definitely.
Okay.
The closest y'all got was from me and my band New Beginnings. We had a Tiny Desk submission back in 2023. It's on YouTube. But I definitely got a lot more stuff in that regard coming up. Uh, it just takes time to really compose these songs. And then, musicians be touring, you feel what I'm saying? So we got to make sure we all in the same place, able to get a rehearsal, and then sit down, rehearse, and then record. You feel what I'm saying?
Much love. And when it
Yeah.
comes to, you know, uh sharpen your craft within the jazz, what
Hmm.
is your vision for it and what's what's something that's nostalgic about what you bring into the table, and how are you involving in making it also different at the same time?
Hmm. So my thing is, when I was younger, really trying to get better at the instrument, I would be told, transcribe John Coltrane, transcribe Charlie Parker, and all these people. So, you know, recently I've been listening to a lot of Joe Henderson, of course, John Coltrane, Pharoah Sanders. You feel what I'm saying? And I really love their ideas of some of the greatest tenor players of all time. You feel what I'm saying? So
Mm,
I'm transcribing their solos, the melodies that they're playing, but I'm also like, I don't want to be them. Same thing with the rap thing, you feel me? So I'm like, okay, I could take these ideas but add my own voice, my own feeling to it, you feel what I'm saying? And it's like, if I was rapping a Joey Badass verse, I wouldn't rap it exactly like him. Like, if I was rapping Waves, from 9 to 5, mama been working 9 to 5, and I prayed the landlord, you feel what I'm saying? Like,
mm,
riding on hoverboards, wiping out motherboards, start spinning fire to my motherfucking mother scorch. King Arthur, when he swung a sword, the King Arthur, I ain't even used a pen in like a month before.
mm,
Like, I'd rap it in a different way. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out
mm.
Steve's, rest in peace to the legend.
Shout out to them. And
Yeah.
when it comes to your style, and your music, like how will you describe it, and what genre will you put it in?
Um, I will say, I will say it's hip hop, rap, R&B 100%. But if we want to use an umbrella term, it's this term that I've been seeing jazz musicians use. It's called BAM, BAM, Black American Music. You feel what I'm saying?
Uh,
Because
like what?
yeah, you feel me? I try not. Honestly, I don't even like using the word jazz because originally the word jazz was used to describe Black American music, and it was used as a slur. You feel what I'm saying? To
Mm,
degrade our music. You feel what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, that's what this music is: Black American music. You feel what I'm saying?
I respect that.
Thank you, man.
I
Thank you.
respect, and thank you for dropping that gem.
Ain't no thing.
Um, it's like even like looking back to like even like the Cowboys too.
Hmm.
Like originally that was a term directed to us, but
You feel me?
just like we do with everything else, we make it cool, and then everybody want to jack our shit.
Look at
So
Elvis. That's all I gotta say.
shout out to you. Okay. And when it comes to tapping in and experimenting with that sound, will we see you tapping in farther within those genres, or will we see you adapting like other sounds into the mix?
Uh, to be honest, I'm just doing whatever feels right. Like for instance, I was at this event called Project Low. It was basically like a rave festival. You feel what I'm saying? Heard a lot of house music and it inspired a lot of ideas in my head. You feel what I'm saying? So my whole thing is I could take things from different genres that I truly love and build it into something else. You feel me? Like for instance, literally yesterday I was just sitting down with my man's making beats. He was sitting down playing chords on piano, and I was like, all right, how can I get interested with these drums? So the kicks was like just awesome, like boom bap type stuff. And then I was like, all right, instead of just having the hat on the I could syncopate the hats like it's in house music, and then add another layer. So you feel what I'm saying? It's just really all trial and error. Um, but I always got my ears open to all genres, whether it be hip hop, R&B, trap, house, dubstep, country. It don't matter. You feel what I'm saying? Because you can always pull knowledge and inspiration from anywhere. You feel me?
Okay. Or is there any genre of music that you have no interest in?
Um, I can't. I If this was the past, I would have said country, but I've been hearing some country shit recently that's like, yo, this it's kind of ill. So I can't think of nothing right now.
Okay, so potentially opera is on a potential list.
Oh yeah, for
Gospel.
sure. I have some beats on the laptop where I sample opera. You feel what I'm saying? So
Okay.
on it in
Okay.
gospel, I was a church musician at a point, so that's ingrained in me. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay. Right. And
Hmm.
okay. And how about some influence outside of this country?
Well, I'm half South African, so Afro beats. I'm a piano. That's already Yeah, that's definitely an influence right there. Um,
Okay.
grew up listening to a lot of that. What's it called? Not soca music, but I'm having a brain fog. What's it called? It's dancehall. There we go.
Oh,
A lot of
dancehall. Okay.
yeah, dancehall music. I love dancehall music, reggae music. So
Okay.
for instance, like bringing it back to South Africa, Brenda Fassie, she has this one track called Rudin Lela. Um, love that song. I want to sample it, but also want to take inspiration and see how I can implement my own South African roots into what I do currently here in the States.
Okay. Shout out to you. And
And,
I'm guessing like are you like a first descent, like, or you happen to move down here in the United States?
oh no, I was born here. I did live in South Africa for a little bit, but I moved back here, so I'm definitely a citizen.
Okay. So your family was like already like close and connected with each other?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. And how has that experience been for you?
Being half South African,
Yeah, having that connection to your motherland and being able to have that connection here as well.
it's it's interesting because growing up, I mean, since I grew up in the States, I definitely got um, the typical Black American experience. And let's be real, when we're out in public, nobody's gonna be like, "Oh, he's from yada yada yada." You feel what I'm saying? They're like, "Oh, he's Black." You feel what I'm saying? So,
Hmm.
but also just hearing how different Black people would talk about each other throughout the diaspora. I've heard Africans talk dirty about Black Americans, and Black Americans talk dirty about Africans, and I'm just like, y'all are just falling deep into the propaganda that was bestowed against us, and the divide and conquer techniques used by the oppressors did their thing 100%.
Mm.
You know, but I feel like people are gradually starting to wake up to that, and I'm just happy that they are because I mean, I will say that yes, there are some differences in our cultures, but that's good. That should be celebrated. You feel what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Just
No, I agree.
celebrate it, not erase. You feel me?
I agree. So what's some of the things that you appreciate the South? You said South Africa?
Hmm.
Yeah, what's some of the things that you appreciate about your South African root?
So, one thing I haven't lived there in a while, but I vaguely do remember it was a real great sense of community. You feel what I'm saying? Not to say that isn't here, but
Hmm.
it felt different. Like the whole vibe felt different because you got to remember it's a whole different country, so the social norms are different. You feel what I'm saying? Um, even with the music, I noticed on Instagram when I'm posting, mad people from South Africa show me love. You feel me? And don't get me wrong, I love Maryland, I love DC, Virginia, I love the DMV. But some people here just have that crabs in a barrel mentality. You feel me? But
Mm.
people outside your state, will show you love, and that goes for any state. You could be from New York, had that, I'm saying, crabs in the barrel mentality around you, but someone from out Maryland or out Cali or Atlanta really showing you love. You feel what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Yeah. Talk to my OG. He told me it's because of familiarity. Everybody's like, oh, he just looks like another dude from up the street. You are, but doing something different. You feel me?
I will also add on to the like people that happen to know of your image. They feel like, you have to prove it to them.
Mm-hmm.
While people that don't know you, especially like outside this country, they just care about your creativity.
Yep.
They're willing to give it a chance. Um, so I definitely agree with that. And bringing this back to, your producing side, I'm
Mm-hmm.
curious, what challenges have you faced as a producer, and what gems do you have for anybody that want to dabble into
Mm.
uh, starting to
So
get into producing?
my challenge is, I want to say towards the beginning, but more towards when I really felt like I could call myself a producer. Um, I wanted to sound like everybody else. I wanted to sound like Dilla. I wanted to sound like Flying Lotus. I wanted to sound like you feel what I'm saying? Like just XXY by XX, like hella different people. But once I got to that point where I'm like, okay, it's good to take inspiration from them, but I don't have to be them. That's when the ideas started floating. And then I remember I used to watch Kenny Beats in the Cave joint, and his saying was dots, DOTS, don't overthink shit. And whenever I feel like I hit a rut, when it comes to production, I'm like, don't overthink it. Just do whatever feels nice. Like, You just gotta feel your way through everything. You know what I'm saying? And don't think that your shit is shitty because there's a chance that somebody likes whatever the fuck you're gonna make. You know what I'm saying? You're paving your own sound. You're being creative. You know, don't stifle your creativity by comparing yourself to other producers. You feel me?
Mm.
Yup.
Shout out. And when it comes to your painting as well, that's my last question before we head to the break. When it
hmm
comes to your painting as well, can you tell us, a bit of that world?
Um, to be honest, so my uncle painted. You feel what I'm saying? My cousin painted. A lot of my cousins, a couple of my cousins painted actually. So I don't know. I just always loved visual arts. So ever since a youngin, I started growing up drawing like cartoon characters. Would be like Sonic, or I'd be drawing Marvel characters, anime. Love anime, so be drawing Dragon Ball Z or creating my own anime OCs, stuff of that nature.
No.
But I'm also, shout out to my, elementary, middle school art teacher who would teach me like different techniques, whether it be cubism, realism, paper mache, mosaics, so watercolors, oil, pastel. You feel what I'm saying? So I would take inspiration from him as well as family members, and then folks like Basquiat. I love Basquiat. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm.
I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw his work, I didn't get it, but as I grew older, I was like, okay, I understand it. Like,
Hmm.
I appreciate it. I appreciate his creativity. You feel what I'm saying?
No. Shout out to that.
Yeah.
And what exactly you didn't get, and now that you're
S-
able to look back, it clicks.
So my thing is, when I was younger, say like about 10 years old, I would see a Basquiat painting and be like, "Yo, this is just a bunch of scribble scrabble. I could do better than this." Throw some paint on a canvas, and then boom. But as I grew older, I started looking at the paintings and also realizing the messages behind them. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm.
And the crown has meaning behind it. But also, art is subjective. You feel what I'm saying? Something that I could perceive as something from that piece, somebody could perceive as something else. You feel me? I remember seeing this one Basquiat painting where it was basically a black man with a crown. He had dreadlocks. Um, and there was a police officer. It was a pig, and it was basically social commentary on police brutality, um, and black people being the target of a hefty amount of police brutality and incarceration in this country. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So just being able to pick up stuff like that and realizing that a lot of the stuff he did was intentional. It wasn't just like random scribbles. I can definitely appreciate that.
No. And heading to the halfway mark. Um, I got some talents that I can advertise to you, and let you decide if you want to connect to them or whatnot.
Word, word.
First one that I would like to shout out to Gifted Cuddle.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, he created his own comic book slash manga around black characters
Mm-hmm.
called One Nation. So he got his first volume out right now.
Word.
Uh, so that's someone that you like to connect with, or you just want to see what he had to offer.
Oh
I can
yeah,
see you
definitely
his
send me the
social.
link. Yeah.
Okay, but second person I would like to shout out to Lady Poet. She's creating services to make merch for other people. We're looking
Mm-hmm.
for somebody to create hoodies, t-shirts, etc. We have someone that we can recommend to you.
Word. All right, all right.
But our third one that we would like to shout out to Jeremy. Located in North Carolina, but he's creating a series where people can perform in front of small crowds, such
Mm-hmm.
as like restaurants, bars, etc. Showcase their craft.
Yeah.
Um, called Tap Room Live. But if you like to stay up with his series or tap into his socials, I can send you his
Yeah.
link.
Definitely send me all of this stuff. My whole thing is about creating community. You feel what I'm saying? Like a lot of people preach, oh yeah, we need to create community. We need to do this for the people. I'm about
Hmm.
actually doing it. You feel me? So send me everybody, and I'm trying to tap in with as many people as possible. You feel me?
Much love. Yeah, I'm all about action as well.
But
Uh, last one that I got for you. Shout out to Kingsman Squash. Now this guy,
mm-hmm.
I would recommend him. He got a nostalgic, powerful voice. But I feel like it could contribute to your jazz as well.
Oh yeah.
But he also got a podcast called Sound Sandwich Podcast. It's similar to what I got going on, but you would sit down with a musician and y'all would chop it up. Um, musician from musician, just chopping up y'all songs next that.
Yeah,
Um, but I can send you his link as well after the show.
I definitely appreciate that, dog.
Okay, but and the last thing I got for you, we
Hmm.
recently started up our own music label. Shout out to For You and Life Records, where we create soundtracks around
Hmm.
various themes to challenge our fellow artists. So our first soundtrack is mixing horror with Valentine's.
Hmm.
So basically romance with thriller. So if you're looking for an opportunity to test your pen or to work with fellow peers, um, that's something that we offer as well. So I
What?
can definitely see more information after the show.
All right, please send me everything. Like, I definitely want to tap in, Birdie.
I got you. And giving you the opportunity in the moment, when it comes to more exposure or networking with more talents, what talents are you looking to connect with?
Honestly, I've been looking for, of course, more instrumentalists. I'm looking for like more MCs that are hungry. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing being able to solely being able to rap. Oh, my bad. I'm just tall. I'm 6'4" at this joint. Yeah,
No problem.
there we go. But it's one thing being able to rap, but it's another thing if you have that hunger behind it, where I send you a track and then boom, you got that track ready. You feel what I'm saying? Because you ready
Mm,
to move on. Move this joint up and really push this joint out. You feel what I'm saying? Um, Looking for rappers. Doesn't really matter the type rap they do. I'm willing to work with anybody, whatever genre. Same with the singers. I'm willing to work with singers, producers. I'm just trying to work with whoever's hungry. You feel what I'm saying? Who has something to say and really cares about their craft and owns their craft. You feel me?
much love
Yeah.
and respect. Okay, okay. And so is that the only talents that you're looking for? Would it be I know you were saying you was looking for
Mhm.
dabble into like films and anything. Are you looking to connect with like
Oh
some film
yeah.
directors?
Filmed any to be honest, any medium of the arts, whether it be
No,
music, film, dance, drawing, painting, it doesn't matter,
no,
Like I'm here for it all, man. I'm trying to be locked in with everybody and just create something beautiful.
okay. And coming back to the second half, where I
Hmm.
dive deeper into your craft, I'm curious when it comes into merch. Do you have any merch available
So
at the moment?
not yet, but I am working on it. So what I will say, I can't say too much, but I'll say this part. The album Michael will be available on CD soon, and there will be giveaways being happening pretty soon. So keep an eye out for that. No, fuck, I'm gonna say it. We're also gonna have clothing coming out. I've already been sketching up some designs and scan them, get them printed on shirts, and those will be available. The website is on the way too. So once everything is up, I'm gonna let y'all know. And yeah, you could just get this
Oh,
rolling.
bet. Shout out to you. And when it comes into like future projects that you are working on, what are you able to promote?
I don't want to give it away because I haven't even told like the people that I'm closest with on my team the future projects I'm working on. You feel me? But just know I have I have like 3 or 4 different projects, or 5 different projects already planned up here that I'm already executing.
Okay.
So I'm working with constantly.
Okay. And me being a first time listener, I
Mm-hmm.
listened to about 39 songs, and
Word.
there's 10 that stand out to me out of 30. Being a
All
first
right.
time listener. Um, you want it all at once or one at a time?
Let me hear it.
Okay, the
Let it.
first one, Big Talk,
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Prince
All right. All
George,
right. Mm-hmm.
Siren,
Thank you.
Self Made, Pipe Dream Part 2.
Yup.
Now, is there a Part 1?
There is a part one. That wasn't on a project. That was just released as a single back in
Okay,
2019, I think.
okay. Um, Conan,
Yeah. Yo, shout out Helix. He realized slid on that track. He got the
hmm,
flowing. Killed
shout
that
out
shit.
to
Yeah.
Low Key,
Low key, that's what I love that joint too. Shout out my man's Kane. went to college, man. He was one of the people that was in the room that was like, "Yo, you need to start this rap thing." That locked in. He produced that track, and then high school man, Zone the Saint, known him
And shout
since.
out to him. He
Feel me?
might got a hidden talent knowing a hit song.
Hey man, I try. I'm just trying to get myself out here. You feel me?
Um, next song that I have, wait, I said low key.
Yo, yo,
Okay, okay. Song for number one.
yo. That's I love that
First
track.
first flight to Houston.
Oh man, I don't even want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about the background of that song, but it was
Mm,
about a woman. It was about a woman.
mm,
And I will take full accountability. I'm the one that messed up in that situation, so I was apologizing through that song.
mm. She ever got a
Yeah,
chance to hear it?
she heard it. She said she loved it. I'm wishing her the best. I hope everything's good. We
Okay.
talk every now and then, but it's always gonna be love with Shorty.
No. Shout out. Much love.
Yep. Shout out her. Very
Yeah,
talented woman.
shout out to her. Next song that I have, The Renaissance.
You named some of my favorite joints. I'm not gonna lie.
Let me see what else I got. The Game,
The game.
Heads
Which
Up.
one? Oh yeah. I remember. Yeah, heads up.
Wait, you said
Yeah.
which one for The Game?
Yeah, I was trying to remember which one was the game. Then I remember that was the intro off
Okay.
the Renaissance. See, it's been years.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Shout out Odyssey too for being on Heads Up. Cause he could have just said no to that feature, but he was like, "Nah, I got you, homie." He's from the same
hey,
neighborhood as
shout.
me too.
That's love. That's love.
Yeah.
I said
Think
Heads Up, right?
yeah. I think he on tour
Okay.
right now.
Oh, he is.
I think he might be. Like that man
Have
be
y'all
working.
ever done a tour together?
You so up?
Have y'all ever been on tour together?
Nah, not yet. Not yet, but I am
No.
manifesting that one day it happens.
Okay. And the last song that I have, Listen Up.
Listen up, listen up, listen up. Yo, had my man Chris Stacy at VA was a feature, and he mixed that track too. But I made the beat for it, so
Hey.
I'm telling you, DMV got talent. People just not hip. They
Mm-hmm.
slowly getting hip though. Shout out Nino K. He blowing up. He from Landover side. That's literally my old neighborhood. So yeah, shout out
Much
Nino.
love. Much love. And how you feel about the songs that I call out?
By Nino.
No, no, the songs that I call out of your account.
Oh, all of them. Yo, I love every single song that you mentioned because each of those songs are telling a piece of my life from different periods of time.
Mm, okay. And how do you see your music? What does it look like? Is it a canvas for you or?
It's like it is like a canvas, but it's also like a photo album. You feel what I'm saying?
Interesting.
Because I could go back and listen to each project and remember each period of time that I was living in, how I was feeling during that period of time. You feel what I'm saying? Like
Mm,
with let me see, with Listen Up, I remember, just being. I think I was out of school by this time, and I was like, I really got to take this music thing serious, so I got to just go crazy with it, do something crazy with this beat. You feel what I'm saying? Or Prince George's, it makes me think of just being around in Prince George's County, Maryland, whether it be on the Landover side, the Largo side, Upper Marlboro, just really that energy from when I was younger in the area. You feel me?
no, that's what's up.
Yeah.
And okay. And when it comes to I gotta remember the question I was gonna. Oh, I know what I was going. When it comes to the songs that have been released so far out of your catalog, what's the song that represent you being experimental with, and what
hmm
song represent you having a more structured control over it?
I feel, me personally, I feel like the Renaissance is more so experimental because that's when I
Okay.
first got my Juno, my Roland Juno, and I was just experimenting with sounds. More, I'd say Bag Talk is more like, I guess, more conventional because it's pretty simplistic. I'm just talking about the bad, come. Yeah. You feel me? Or slide with me is also a little bit more experimental. That was just me trying something. That was mostly a freestyle. Now that I think about it.
Okay.
Also,
And
my bad. Hold up, my phone's dying. Yeah,
oh, your phone's on?
yeah, it's about to die. It's about to die.
What percentage is it on?
I'm on three, homie.
Oh shit! All right. Shout out all your platforms. Shout out anybody that you want to put on, and then drop a song out your catalog.
All right. So you can follow me on Instagram at Renaissance underscore Mike and Renaissance dot Mike. I'm trying to make Renaissance dot Mike the main music page, so I'm just uploading there. TikTok Renaissance underscore Mike, Twitter Renaissance underscore boy. You feel what I'm saying? Boy is spelled BOI. Then Renaissance Mike on all streaming. So Mike is spelled MIC for those who don't know. You feel what I'm saying?
Shout
And
out to
yeah, man. Also, I just want to shout out, all the artists in the area. You feel what I'm saying? That's really doing their thing, building community. All the artists around the world that's really out here chasing their dreams because it's not an easy road to walk. You feel what I'm saying? Just keep going, keep pushing, and build your team. Keep the ones that you really trust right by you.
I agree. I agree. And what song out your catalog you want the audience to tune to?
Goes in the song for no one. I love that song so much. Like that's in my ears heavy right now.
All right, bet, bet. Shout out to you.